And a very pleasant good evening as always. It's great to have you with us tonight. I'm Dwayne Lindo. Adam Cellini has the night off. The opioid epidemic continues on the Suncoast, but local doctors may have a solution. Today in Manatee County, the Suncoast organization No Longer Silent, hosting a doctor that helps stop opioid usage in its tracks. Erica Jackson was at that meeting in Manatee County Central Library, and she joins us live. Erica? Okay, well, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. So the Manatee County Sheriff's Office tells us just last month alone, it responded to 60 calls for suspected overdoses, and 12 of those ended up being fatal. Today in Bradenton, families of patients suffering from opioid abuse or some who lost their lives from addiction heard from Sarasota-based Dr. Scott Lance. He specializes in opioid addiction treatment and has special qualifications to prescribe the Suboxone and Vivitrol. Now, Vivitrol comes in the form of an injection, while Suboxone is a film that melts under a patient's tongue. Today at No Longer Silent's meeting at the Manatee County Central Library, Dr. Lance described why these prescriptions may be the most convenient forms of treatment for patients.
Suboxone they take once a day, and they don't have to come to a clinic. They take it at home. And then Vivitrol is a once-a-month shot that they get in their muscle.
And we just have to recognize that it is an issue, that we need to be proactive and get these people, just like AA. AA has support here, people to assist them and help them through this addiction and withdrawal, and we're looking at that for this opioid crisis.
Now, it's important to note that Carol Whitmore is also a member of the Florida Medical Examiners Commission. She tells us Manatee County is also looking to get funding from the state and create what's called the peer group and have patients work with men and women that formerly struggled with addiction. At 11, we'll hear from a mother who lost her son to opioid addiction, and she is now using her loss to help save the lives of others. A vehicle crash in Venice sent one person to the hospital. On Friday night at 9 p.m., the Venice Fire Department was called to the scene of a crash on Capri Isles Boulevard. When they arrived, firefighters found a man partially ejected out of his overturned vehicle. A helicopter was called to the crash, and the driver was flown to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Witnesses at the scene say the driver was heading northbound when he suddenly veered off the road and struck a tree. The crash is currently under investigation. One of the two suspects wanted in the murder of a young Lakewood Ranch man has been arrested and charged. Early this morning, Manatee County Sheriff's Office deputies located Jose Hernandez. He has been charged with murder and armed robbery in the shooting death of Alexander Chirp. Alexander Chirp's body was found with gunshot wounds outside of his car earlier this month in the parking lot of Greenbrook Park. The Gold Star Club of Manatee County is offering a $5,000 reward for key information in the murder. Crime Stoppers is also offering an additional $3,000 reward. No details at this time if anyone will be collecting that reward for Hernandez's capture. A suspect in the murder investigation, Alan Bailey, he's a second suspect, remains at large. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact the Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 1-866-634-TIPS. Newtown Alive unveiling historic markers today at the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex today. The event unveils archival photographs, original maps, and memorabilia of Sarasota's African American community. Over the last year, a research team joined volunteers to search libraries, databases, cultural centers, and personal collections for information about the 100-year history of Overtown and Newtown. Today, their work is paying off.
Oh, it's so special to see the community coming together to celebrate African American history, the history of Newtown and Overtown. The community is a lot of the times misunderstood, but the community that I grew up in was just so close. They were so caring. We are family, and that's what this event is all about.
The historic markers describe why African Americans came to Sarasota, their work life, education, social and religious traditions. Part of the Newtown project included integrated web pages as well as a mobile app. Now let's go to Wendy Ross for a first look at our weather. Wendy?
Hello, Dwayne, and we are looking at partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions, and we still have some rain around too. So if you don't have the rain right now, you may get some. It's still out there and affecting mostly the west coast of Florida. You can see these showers are developing and have been throughout the afternoon hours, and some of these showers have come through and really dumped quite a bit of rainfall, anywhere as much as a half an inch to almost an inch of rain in some locations. 70 degrees for us at this time. Our humidity is high. The dew points are moderate right now, but those winds are coming in out of the south-southeast, and that's keeping things very sticky out there. So for the rest of the night or the rest of the evening, we're going to be seeing mostly cloudy conditions. We'll get off and on showers. Temperatures are going to be much warmer tonight, with readings getting down into the upper 60s. We'll let you know what the rest of the weekend is shaping up to be. I've got that forecast in just a few minutes. Dwayne.
Wendy, thank you. The president making a campaign-style stop in Florida today. Donald Trump says he's taking his message straight to the people. But for the fifth straight weekend, protesters are out in big numbers, including right outside the president's rally. In cities across the country, many Americans are demonstrating against the new administration's policies. ABC's Dave Packer reports.
President Trump is back on the campaign trail.
It's now been 1 month since my inauguration.
The president attending a rally in Melbourne, Florida Saturday afternoon, staged and funded by his campaign.
We are going to be submitting in a couple of weeks a great health care plan that's going to take the place of the disaster known as Obamacare.
We love him. He's doing a great job. Yes. Yay, Trump. Yay.
While the president gets back on the stump, once again protesters are opposing his message.
He's been the most unpresidential president I've ever witnessed.
Marches are taking place across the country for what organizers are calling Not My President's Day. In Dallas, more than 1,000 people marched for immigration rights. In other cities, the focus, healthcare forums.
Healthcare is a right, not a privilege.
Members of Congress in for more heated confrontations this week. Lawmakers are on break, many headed to their home districts for town halls, facing voters who have questions and frustrations to vent.
It's the people, not the government.
In upstate New York, Congressman Tom Reed greeted large crowds at his town halls, people both liberal and conservative expressing their anger, particularly about GOP plans to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, here on the Sun Coast, a mass rally was underway. Crowds took over the streets in downtown Sarasota to raise their voices regarding controversial topics the Trump administration has set forth since swearing into office. ABC photographer Samantha Chido was there.
Not my president! Not my president! Not my president!
I think the turnout was great. I think especially for a sort of semi-rainy day, I think that this movement, or whatever we want to call it, is getting more and more organized. I think we're going to see more and more people coming out, and I feel really good about it. I'm really excited.
USA no Trump! No KKK, no racist! USA no Trump!
I think it was really good. This is my first one. I'm really excited. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people came out. We had a lot of people honking.
This was bigger than I was expecting, and I was really happy to see as we walked, the people that joined in the walk and people who were supporting us from the sidelines. It felt, like really positive, really good.
I did not know about it. If I did, I'd be marching today. But I'm very happy. I support them 100%.
Pick an issue. There's 20,000 signs, different signs. It's just rare for so many different diverse groups to come together because this administration is just doing things that are affecting everybody.
We'll never be divided. The people united will never be divided.
This is important because, at this point there's so much that I disagree with. I'm worried about what kind of future we have, and I feel like maybe this is an opportunity where we can make a difference.
To see this energy and seeing the confluence of young people and older people and retirees and all having energy, and I think the police have even been very supportive.
You always have somebody that's going to be against a movement or against a walk, but everything was actually really positive.
The Sarasota Republican Party is planning their own rally on March 4th to show support for President Trump and his administration. Switching gears now to another event on the Sun Coast, but this one was just a little bit more fun. The community working up a sweat with an obstacle course race hosted by the United Way Suncoast. Participants competed in multiple obstacles, from climbing to a cornhole toss.
I thought it was great. It was pretty challenging. I enjoyed it. It was fun, fast. It was a runner's course.
It was fun. The 8-foot wall I had to do a couple times because I couldn't reach it, but once I got a hold of it, I was fine. I'm very tired and very proud of myself for doing it.
Proceeds of the event will be used to fund programs and services right here in Sarasota to continue to fight for education and financial stability. The 9th annual Ranch Rodeo was underway today at the Manatee County Fairgrounds. A great turnout to the event. Over 700 people went out to cheer on 11 different teams. The teams competed for a chance to go to the state finals in Kissimmee, Florida, which will be taking place on September 29th and 30th.
Today we had team sorting, double mugging, cab branding, team doctoring, and woods tying. Those are the events that we done today, and it's just everyday cowboys and cowgirls doing what they love to do.
The winners of today's rodeo was Blackbeard Ranch from Mayaca City, who will move on to the state finals. Still to come here on ABC 7, a canceled launch in Cape Canaveral after officials report a problem with the rocket. And Western states preparing for another storm after getting pummeled overnight by heavy winds and rain.
It means when New South Window says Factory Direct.
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Although the financial crisis was some years back, it's still hurting many seniors today. But if you're a homeowner 62 or older, there's a mortgage program that just might make life a little easier. It's technically called a home equity conversion mortgage, but to keep it simple, let's call it a reverse mortgage loan. With the reverse mortgage, you can convert your home equity into cash.
We're not overwhelmed with paying the bills anymore.
And at the same time, eliminate your monthly mortgage payments.
We've got money in the bank.
You never give up ownership.
And smiles on our faces.
For your free information kit, call now. You'll have to pay your property taxes and insurance and keep up with maintenance, but you won't make mortgage payments. You'll receive money. For your free information kit, call now.
Call 1-800-634-1517 for more information. That's 1-800-634-1517.
SpaceX aborted its flight plans to Saturday due to issues with its rocket. The rocket was on the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. When the mission was scrubbed, SpaceX tweeted that they want to take a closer look at positioning of the second stage engine nozzle. The spacecraft, called the Dragon, is packed with more than 5,000 pounds of cargo and experiments. The private space firm plans on trying its unmanned mission to the International Space Station again as early as tomorrow morning. While we have some, storms across the state today here in Florida, the weather is nothing like what the western U.S. has been going through overnight. Now it's a race against time to get ready before the next storm hits. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez reports.
The cleanup started before dawn after a giant sinkhole in California swallowed not one, but 2 vehicles. Opening up without warning. Rescuers pulled one woman to safety, then minutes later, this.
There it goes.
This just one incident of eroding roads. On Interstate 15, crumbling pavement left this fire truck dangling off a freeway. The crew escaping before the road finally gave out.
A commute from hell.
All around Los Angeles, roads overwhelmed by the heavy rain. Some drivers forced to abandon their cars.
Everything's shut down. So, I never seen it like this around here.
Other interstates turned into swamps. In Washington state, mudslides shut down parts of both Interstate 5 and Interstate 90. Local roads and rail tracks washed out. And it wasn't just a traffic nightmare. The saturated ground giving way on this mountainside, threatening the houses below.
Oh, there goes the tree.
There it goes, Tom.
Oh, the whole mountain was sliding.
The storm also brought strong winds, gusting to more than 60 miles an hour, ripping tractor trailers apart.
Don't get out! Get in your car and drive up here.
Toppling massive trees and tearing down power lines. Now crews are rushing to fix as much as possible as the next storm gets set to strike. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Just feeling for those folks out west. Obviously we had a little bit of drizzle here, or a lot of rain, actually.
Well, we actually did have some good strong rains, but we had nothing like that. We don't have to worry about any kind of weather like that around here. But out in the west, they've got another system coming on in. They're expecting to see more rain showers, flood watches, flood warnings in effect all across Northern California right now. For our area, we are just looking at mostly cloudy conditions because of the fact that we didn't have the rains come until the latter part of the day. Mostly after 2 o'clock in the afternoon is when we started to see the rain showers. 77 degrees was our daytime high after an overnight low of 52. So it was chilly last night, and it is going to be a little bit warmer tonight because we've got a shift in the winds, and those winds will be coming in more out of a southerly direction. And as a result of that, we're going to see our temperature stay on the warm side. So we've got 66 degrees dew point, 87% humidity, and a temperature reading of 70 degrees with those winds coming in out of the south-southeast right now. And the rains are not over. We still have some showers out there. We've got one band that is well to the north of the Tampa Bay region. The second band has moved on through and is just plodding and taking its time moving across west central Florida. So these showers that we've been getting during the latter part of the day will continue to fade on off towards the east. We're getting moderate to light rains for the most part, nothing heavy. And you can see these showers are moving on in, breaking apart as they do so, and they continue to move off towards the east and southeast, and they'll eventually be coming to an end. Now, all of that dry air that we had on top of us, providing us those gorgeous days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's gone. Yeah, that's moved out into the Atlantic, and in behind we're seeing all this moisture starting to sweep in across our area, so that's what we're getting. And what we are going to see over the next couple of days is another opportunity for rain throughout the overnight time period tonight, and then we're going to be looking at some fog during the early morning hours, and by the afternoon time period, any rains will be pretty much out of the way as this entire system sinks on down to the south and moves on out. So by Monday, things are going to be clearing up and looking very nice. High pressure is in fact going to become more predominant for our area, and we do have this front that's going to move on through the state, and what we are going to be seeing is we're going to be getting some possible showers for tonight, and then we're going to get that morning fog, but it's going to lift and give us a beautiful day tomorrow. So we should be seeing very nice, comfortable weather over the next couple of days. With those warm days ahead, temperatures are going to be getting back up to the upper 70s and 80s over the next couple of days. And if you're heading off to the beach, we're going to see those winds shifting around when that front comes on through. We'll see southwest to northwesterly winds, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop. The temperature out in the Gulf is 69 degrees, but the air temperature is 78. So it's going to be warmer tonight, possible showers, 66 degrees for the overnight period. And then tomorrow we've got that morning fog, temperatures back up into the upper 70s. And over the next several days, we'll see warm weather all the way through Wednesday. Dwayne?
Now, sports.
Baseball fans got a treat today, getting the first glimpse of practice for the Baltimore Orioles at Ed Smith Stadium. It's the second annual family event held by the organization, celebrating the opening of Orioles spring training. Kids as well as adult fans were able to ask catcher Caleb Joseph questions. There was also a variety of games and interactive activities for kids, including cornhole, Jenga, and a speed machine. It's an event drawing fans from outside the state of Florida.
I'm actually from Hampstead, Maryland, and I'm a diehard Baltimore Orioles fan. We have a 29-game season plan at home, and we love to come down here to spring training to see what's going on and talk to the players. It's an opportunity to meet them, which is much harder to do at home.
We're learning about the Orioles, so we were out here Tuesday for the opening workouts, and we're starting to want to see what they're doing, and we're going to see a couple of games.
There was even a variety of food truck options available for those attending. The Tampa Bay Lightning, with a 6 days off, playing their last game against the Winnipeg Jets, posting a 4-1 win. Tonight, they meet the Stars in Dallas at 8 p.m. The Lightning are 6 points behind the Maple Leafs for the final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. And with 26 games left until the end of the regular season, time is running out for them to make a push towards the postseason. The Red Hot Gators are on a roll with 7 straight SEC wins. They're looking to make it 8 against the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Florida already up by 8 in the second half, and the alley-oop to Kavarius Hayes with the dunk. Later in the second, Casey Hill nails the mid-range jumper. Nothing but net on that one. Hill would hit his career 1,000-point mark later in the game. Gators take win number 8 on the road, 57-52. A 14-year-old school freshman, Goddess Falatego, was born with a rare sight disorder, but her parents decided long ago that it would not limit her. It certainly hasn't slowed her down on the wrestling mat, where she was undefeated in middle school. She also won the 235-pound weight class in her first high school tournament last month and finished second in the next sport. She's excelling in every match.
I try to feel for whatever angle is open. I try to figure out what side they're not watching. Like, say I'm standing in front of them and my hands are on their shoulders and they're angled more to the right, I would sneak around to their left to get behind them.
We try to build her confidence and let her know there's people who doesn't have arms who can do better things than people who do have arms, you know, so here you are with no vision and look where you are today.
Falatego says she takes this disability and uses it as motivation. Anything she sets her mind to, she tries to accomplish, not letting blindness get in the way. Great story. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. As more flu cases are reported nationwide, many are using different methods to try to ward off the sickness.
Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll take a look at why some supplements may not be as effective as you think. John?
We have a next chance of storminess coming up this work week. We'll talk all about that bright and early.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. It's a battle many veterans are still fighting. Post-traumatic stress disorder.
I was suicidal, and I literally had a 38, and I was going to pull the trigger, and I went, I'll wait till tomorrow.
Medical marijuana can now legally help others. So why is it not available to Florida veterans?
It's heartbreaking. I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking, and quite frankly, it's ridiculous.
Should our veterans get access to this drug? An ABC 7 investigation into the medical marijuana maze. Monday at 5.
In the real estate business, trust is important. It's not just about money, it's a place where we live and create memories. Buying a home is such a big investment, you want to find the right one. You don't want to be sold a home, you want someone you can trust to help you find the right home. I am proud to work at an agency where these values matter. I would love to be your realtor. I am Chandra Boone, and I'm a proud realtor at SWC Properties.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Look, I'm not an ideologue. I am an originalist.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
2 exciting new additions have been added to the cast of Disney's live version of Lion King. Donald Glover and James Earl Jones have been cast. Jones will play Mufasa, and Glover will play Simba in the studio's new take on the 1994 classic. Jones was the voice of Mufasa in the animated movie. Director Jon Favreau broke the news on Twitter. He tweeted a picture of Glover with the caption, "I just can't wait to be king." I tell you, it's a movie that I haven't seen, but I guess one of these days I'll get to see that movie.
Well, I got to see the on-stage production.
Lucky you.
Oh my gosh, that was the most phenomenal show I've ever seen. That was on Broadway. That was really, really something. How tremendous is that? So it's exciting stuff. It's exciting time.
Yes. So we will see you here at 11 o'clock.
Ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.